Good morning, students. I hope you are ready for the second video lesson of Social Studies Class 3. We will continue the topic Earth in Space and will cover the information given on page number 2 and 3. Students having old print will find this information on page number 6 and 7. The time duration of today's lesson is 35 minutes and the resources required are Smart Social Studies Book 3, Notebook and Pencils. Let's review the objectives of the day. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to define the term rotation, discuss the process of rotation of the Earth, explore what causes day and night, define the term revolution, differentiate between rotation and revolution, explain the term leap year, and explain what causes seasons. What can you observe in the image below? Yes, the Earth is spinning on its axis. What is the Earth's axis?
The Earth rotates on an axis. The axis is tilted at an angle of 23.5 degrees. The Earth rotates around its axis once a day.
The Earth's axis is an imaginary line which passes through North Pole and the South Pole. At the top we have the North Pole and at the bottom we have the South Pole, and this is the Earth's axis, which is an imaginary line. How long does the Earth take to complete its one rotation? Yes, the Earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. It is the rotation of the Earth that causes day and night. Let's see how this happens.
All these planets, including the Earth, also rotate on their own respective axis. This rotation results in day and night on the Earth. Check this out. The World Time Zone map shows that it is daytime on some continents, while it is nighttime on the others. How does this happen? Come, let us look at the position of the Earth with reference to the Sun to understand this phenomenon. The Sun is in a fixed position in the solar system. The Earth, as you know, constantly rotates on its own axis, which is an imaginary line that runs from the North Pole to the South Pole through the center of the Earth. This rotation is from west to east and takes 24 hours to complete. Due to this rotation and positioning of the Earth and the Sun, it so happens that only one part of the Earth can face the Sun at any given time. Hence, the part that faces the Sun has day, while it is night on the other side of the Earth that is facing away from the Sun. Thus, the rotation of the Earth changes day into night and night into day again. However, that part of the Earth which has nighttime is illuminated by the moon. But the moon does not make its own light. Just as sunlight strikes the surface of the Earth, it does that of the moon as well. The moon reflects this light onto the Earth during night.
So, what is the rotation of the Earth and what is its effect? Yes, the movement of the Earth on its axis is called rotation. The rotation of the Earth causes day and night. Do you know what is the revolution of the Earth? Let's watch this video to understand the concept of revolution and be ready to answer a few questions after watching the video.
Revolution of the Earth. The Earth moves around the Sun in a fixed elliptical path. The path is called its orbit. The Earth moves in its orbit at a speed of 30 kilometers per second. All planets also move around the Sun in fixed orbits. Each planet has a different orbit so that they don't bump into each other. The movement of the Earth around the Sun is called revolution. What is the difference between the Earth's rotation and revolution? The spinning of the Earth on its axis is called rotation, while the movement of the Earth around the Sun is called revolution. The Earth takes 365 days, 6 hours and 8 minutes, approximately 365 and 1/4 days, to complete one revolution around the Sun. That is why a year has 365 days. Though the Earth takes 365 and 1/4 days to complete one revolution around the Sun, we take 365 days as 1 year. The remaining 1/4 days are added to the year after every 4 years. The year with 366 days is called a leap year. To which month in a leap year do we add the extra day? In a leap year, we add the extra day to February.
So, you have to answer a few questions now. What is revolution? Yes, the movement of the Earth around the Sun is called revolution. How long does the Earth take to complete one orbit around the Sun? Yes, the Earth takes 365 and 1/4 days to complete its one orbit. What is a leap year? As the Earth takes 365 and 1/4 day to complete one orbit, therefore one extra day is added every 4th year, and the year having 366 days is called a leap year. Do you know what causes seasons? Let's watch another video to understand the concept.
The axis is not straight up and down. The Earth tilts a little as it spins. This tilting is very important. It's the reason we have seasons. We can think of the Earth as being in two parts, the top part and the bottom part. These are called hemispheres. The top of the Earth is called the northern hemisphere. The lower half is called the southern hemisphere. Sometimes the northern hemisphere is tilted toward the sun, and sometimes it is tilted away from the sun. In January, the northern hemisphere is tilted away from the sun, so it doesn't get much of the sun's light. The southern hemisphere gets more sunlight. So the southern hemisphere has summer, while the northern hemisphere has winter. The southern hemisphere has longer days. The northern hemisphere has shorter days. The North Pole is now in darkness for 6 months because it is tilted away from the sun. And the South Pole has 6 months of day because it is always tilted towards the sun. In June, the northern hemisphere is tilted toward the sun.
it gets more direct sunlight. It's summertime in the northern hemisphere. What season is it in the southern hemisphere? That's right, winter. Now the southern hemisphere gets shorter days. The northern hemisphere gets the longer ones. The poles are now in opposite positions to where they were in January, with the North Pole having 6 months of day and the South Pole 6 months of night. In March and September, the sun is facing right at the middle of the earth. The rays of the sun hit the northern and southern hemispheres equally. Days and nights are about equal in length. It's not hot like summer. It's not cold like winter. We have spring and fall. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. They all depend on the sun and the tilt of the earth. What is your favorite season?
Let's review what we have learned today. What is the rotation of the earth? What causes day and night? What is the revolution of the earth? What is the difference between rotation and revolution? What is a leap year? What causes seasons? Now check your answers. What is the rotation of the earth? The movement of the earth on its axis is called rotation. What causes day and night? The rotation of the earth on its axis causes day and night. What is the revolution of the earth? The movement of the earth around the sun is called revolution. What is the difference between rotation and revolution? When the earth rotates on its axis, it is called rotation. However, the movement of the earth on its orbit around the sun is called revolution. What is a leap year? Every fourth year having an extra day in the month of February is called a leap year. A leap year has 366 days. What causes seasons? The movement of the earth around the sun and the tilt of the earth causes seasons. Now let's practice. You have 5 minutes to complete task 1. Read page number 2 and 3 of your book. Students having old print will read page number 6 and 7. You have 10 minutes to complete task 2. Complete question 1, part 2 from page number 5 in notebook. Students having old print will find this question on page number 9. You have the homework to complete page number 6 and 7 in the book. Students having old print would complete the respective pages on the attached worksheets. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Have a nice day.